Okay, what is up, guys? We just got back from our theater from seeing Venom. Let There Be Carnage. It was a movie.
It was a movie.
It was a movie. We need more lights, so I'll turn on lights.
Oh yeah, because we don't have light.
Speak, Drake.
Well, for starters,
We have lights on. Okay.
it was an entertaining movie.
Yeah, that.
It definitely did its job on being an entertaining movie, and I think that's definitely one of the important things to remember. Like if you go to watch it. As far as storytelling goes and things like that, there's not a lot of substance involved with it. I think it's very formulaic with what you would probably imagine with movies of its type. But it did keep your interest. It had a lot of funny moments, and it was, it was fun
One
time.
important thing it did was not push the runtime.
Yes, that was something we did mention.
Like right when the movie ended.
Ben mentioned, he's like, this was a short movie, and I told him, I was like, I'd much rather have a short movie than a movie that overstays its welcome. Because there have been plenty of movies. Vertigo. Wait.
Controversy.
Oh wait, we didn't release Vertigo yet. Spoiler alert. But there's just these movies that could have been solid, or at least somewhat entertaining, but they progressed on and on and on. Honestly, this could have went for like another.
It could have hit the 2-hour mark and probably been
it
okay.
Could have been fine, but it didn't, and that's okay too.
That's what an extended cut is for.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the only thing that I really boil it down to is it's just an entertaining movie. I mean, there's not really much gripes you can get out of it, but there's also not a lot of substance out of it either.
I will say, casting, impeccable.
I was very weary. I literally watching the trailers and stuff. Woody Harrelson.
You were weary about Woody Harrelson?
I was. Not because it's Woody Harrelson, but because I didn't know how I felt about him being that character.
That is literally Woody Harrelson's character.
I didn't know. It just felt weird in the trailers and stuff, seeing him.
Have you not seen a lot of Woody Harrelson movies?
I guess apparently I have.
Because he is the crazy guy. Oh. This role was perfect for him.
Oh.
I was actually going to lean over and tell you that in the theater.
Oh, well, I personally, just the way he looked, maybe just because of the way they did his hair and things like that, made it feel weird to me. But I mean, he did great.
In
awesome.
the teaser at the end of the first Venom, they had him looking really weird.
Yeah, I think that's probably what that was that first.
Like his hair was so fucked up.
On it, yeah.
But I thought they did an okay job with Cletus Cassidy. I was okay with them killing him off.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And the way they did it too was hilarious.
It was good. Tom Hardy did an excellent job as expected.
Yeah, and also I think it's interesting to note that Tom Hardy had like a big hand in this movie.
Oh yeah.
He I didn't realize, but Ben mentioned that he wrote it, and then we both knew that he was a producer involved with it. Obviously the main star of the movie as well.
Tom Holland, yep. This is a spoiler review. It's going to be in the title, so if you clicked on this and didn't know that.
But honestly, though, you're kind of not wrong.
That's why everybody goes to this movie because they want Spider-Man.
Yes, and we will confirm in this that yes, the post-credit scene does bring Venom into the MCU.
Yes,
multiverse.
It does not bring the MCU into the Venomverse. It brings Venom into the MCU.
Like literally, he's sitting in a bed and he gets. I mean, obviously, you more than likely have already seen the scene online.
You might have even seen the scene before the movie came out.
That's very true.
Because I did. I saw it yesterday. Actually,
I had no idea. I heard of the post-credit scene existing, but I never saw it. And
I didn't seek it out. It popped up.
I actually thought it was better than I was expecting it to be. Honestly, I thought it was just gonna be like a quick, whatever. But no, there's like a whole setup and stuff involved with it. Like it's not just like here he's in the MCU. It's they're setting something up. Honestly, to the point where I almost had to look up if Tom Hardy was going to be in No Way Home. I doubt he is. No. There's more likely no way. But the way they set it up, I almost felt like
I hope he's trapped in the MCU.
Dude,
that'd be fucking funny.
That'd be funny.
Because then they could bring back Carnage at some point.
Oh, you think so?
They could. And they could have another Venom too. I'd be okay seeing Carnage come back.
Interesting. But honestly, I'm very interested on how they're going to go about that, because the way that they have set up Eddie Brock in the Venom relationship, they're not a villain, they're not a bad guy, but yet when you bring Spider-Man into the mix,
he becomes that.
He becomes a bad guy. And obviously there's, with the way that the post-credit scene sets it up, Venom has some sort of vendetta against Spider-Man. We don't know what it is. Maybe it has something, maybe in some weird multiverse he's in some sort of situation, almost like in Spider-Man 3 kind of situation. I don't know. Or I don't know what to expect, but they are setting it up to where Venom has something against Spider-Man. And the main question is how Eddie Brock is going to react to it.
I have a hope and a thought.
Okay.
I hope Venom is from a universe we've never seen before, like this Venom.
He's from
he's from a new universe that we've never seen, and he already fought Spider-Man.
See, that's what I was wondering. That's kind of what I was meaning. Like
I hope that
Spider-Man 3 situation where, I mean, obviously you said it couldn't be that Venom because that Venom is dead.
He's dead, yeah.
But it could be a situation like that.
And something I like about this Venom character compared to Spider-Man 3 is that he is more accurate to his comic counterpart, where Venom isn't a villain.
Yeah.
He's not.
I just thought of the theory. What if in Eddie Brock's universe there was a Spider-Man, but Venom killed him?
I mean, there's obvious. There could have been.
There's no Venom is in a Spider-Man universe, but there is no Spider-Man in sight.
And in some different universes, Spider-Man's the first person Venom comes in contact with.
Yeah.
That's why he takes the form of the way he looks, which would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing about this movie, at first I don't think the jokes were landing at the very beginning, but the further into it, I think they got better.
Yeah, this was definitely a movie that definitely relied on comic relief, which is good.
It's for kids.
I definitely need to specify that. I think that's something that I like about these they've been doing it for a few years now, but the newer superhero movies is that they do have some pretty solid humor in it. Where I think the first ones kind of took themselves a little seriously. Thor is a perfect example of that. But Venom does go with that realm of using comedy and action to keep your interest, and it does it well. So yeah. I
do kind of wish that there was a rated R cut.
That would be great.
Because honestly,
I feel like the Carnage scenes would have been insane.
I think Venom could honestly be on par with Deadpool in the gore category.
Yeah. And
even with the comedy.
Yeah, honestly though, they're holding it back, and I think they slipped in an F-bomb in there because, you can do that. Just the one. They took their one, and I think they did it successfully.
You can probably do more than one nowadays, but
honestly, you're not wrong. They probably could have dropped one in every scene and still be fine. But
I think it's more
for the rating purposes, you get one. They used their one. They did it well.
They said they pushed an R. I don't think they pushed an R.
I don't think they did either.
But
they could. There was a lot of room for an R.
Oh yeah.
A lot of room for an R. I mean, what they said? They dropped an F-bomb. They said a few bad words.
They killed people.
Dead bodies, but there wasn't any I don't think any of them were bleeding or anything. There wasn't even a drop of blood.
There was one. There was blood, but it disappeared in the next shot.
Yeah, it was Eddie Brock's nose.
After Venom broke his nose, yeah. I pointed it out.
Yeah,
I'm a bad movie watcher.
That's true. There was another thing that we pointed out, wasn't there?
It was at one point there was sounds. There was alarms or something going off, and it didn't affect Carnage.
Yeah. What was it?
Wasn't it?
I can't remember what it was, but I remember you talking.
There was a sound going off, and you'll see it. I think it's when it's. Wasn't it? No.
I want to say it was whenever he's breaking out his.
I think it was out. It was between prison and then him breaking her out of the place. It was some point between them, but keep an eye out for it if you see it.
Yeah.
Because you'll see it, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's what those two idiots who review movies on YouTube were talking about." But Venom on the movie scale, honestly, I'd say it, but it's one of the better movies released so far this year, if not the best, which is sad.
It's definitely the most entertaining.
What's better?
We haven't watched a lot of movies that came. Well, there's a lot of movies coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of the movies that me and Ben have been wanting to watch are coming out later this year.
Because they always get pushed.
So honestly, I would have to agree that.
Yeah,
this one is. because I think the only ones we've seen, I've seen Black Widow, we both saw Malignant, and we both saw The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, which reviews for 2 of those exist. But yeah,
Malignant's not out. You'll see Malignant later.
Yeah.
It exists though.
Yeah, it does exist. We're not prioritizing it because it's not as big a movie. Anyways, review. What do you say?
I like this one more than the first one. So I don't know what my rating is for the first one. If my first one's rating is above, if it's 3, I'm pushing that down to a 2, and this one's becoming a 3.
I have to give this one a 3. 3 symbiotes out of 5.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 symbiotes, not symbiotes like the first one. Symbiotes. But that is our review on Venom: Let There Be Carnage, released September 30th, technically, in America.
And then
yes.
I guess you guys will be seeing this same day that it officially comes out.
Tomorrow.
Which also starts off our October binge.
This is and then October 2nd is the start. Fraser Week.
Sorry,
That's okay.
That was weird, but yeah.
We're pushing a 10-minute. We have 11 minutes on this runtime, so we need to end this. Goodbye.
Right.